Hi everyone and welcome to today's morning report on Monday the 14th of December with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Antech Markets. European trading has just got off to a slightly positive start, but considering the significant sell-off that we saw on Friday, it's not much of a retracement. We have seen some decent Chinese data actually over the weekend. We saw some industrial output which was much better than expected, and retail sales as well. So allied to the fact that positive Tankan survey out of Japan, we've seen a slight improvement in sentiment, but considering how we've seen the markets just absolutely fall away almost off a cliff on Friday, big selling pressure, it's not really done a great deal to unwind that move. You can see first of all the oil price, which has been a big driver of sentiment, that continues to fall away. That has been down for 6 days in a row, down for a seventh potentially today as well. Look at this VIX index of volatility in the US, sharply higher, big strong move to the upside. That suggests investors are really quite concerned now about what's going on. Sort of flooding towards using index shorts as portfolio cover there, it would seem, and that's coming amidst all the longer term implications of these commodity price declines. And that's also impacted across the US 10-year yield. That is sort of a reflection of future growth expectations in the US. That's a big decline there because that yield has fallen sharply. It even saw on Friday a big move to the downside on the 2-year yield, and that has been really solid in the last 2 weeks, despite the selling pressure that markets have been seeing. So really interesting move that's been happening. There's no real expectation that it's going to change anything from the Fed on Wednesday, but it could change the path of the rate hike, which is interesting. In terms of the dollar, we've seen, sorry, it's not working annoyingly. Anyway, in terms of the dollar, it's fairly flat on the trade-weighted dollar, but that's more to the fact that the euro has been sort of basically trading sideways now for the last few days, but certainly against sterling, against the yen, the dollar's been much weaker. Bit of a rebound today, but the commodity currencies are holding up quite strongly at the moment. So, what have we got to look forward to today? Well, no economic data, but we do have a speech from Mario Draghi at a conference at 11 o'clock this morning. Watch out for any sort of signals on recent monetary policy there. But other than that, we're still reacting to this Chinese data and the market sentiment generally, which has been so disappointingly weak in the last few days and weeks actually. Anyway, so that takes me to my chart today, which is the Aussie dollar. Now, the weakness in commodities has hit commodity currencies certainly in the last few days. Slight rebound actually today from the Aussie, but I'm pointing out here that we've got the potential for a head and shoulders top pattern on a move below this 71.70 support. Your left hand shoulder there, big head, quick right hand shoulder maybe. You actually saw an intraday move below 71.70 to 71.56 early morning today, but a bit of a bounce since then. But my point would be that the deterioration that we're seeing in the momentum indicators, MACD lines having crossed over, arguably a sell signal. The RSI, which I pointed out for you last week, moving below 50. That 50 seems to be a bit of a pivot level on the RSI. And also the stochastics falling as well, so it looks like you're going to put pressure on this 71.70. If that breaks down, you'd sort of measure the top, sort of a couple of hundred ticks, it would appear from the measurement of the neckline to the top, projected downwards. You're looking back towards the key support from the November low at 70 figure, 70.10 area. That would be sort of where you'd be coming back towards on the breakdown of this. You've had an intraday move that's sort of bounced, as I said, overnight, but whether it continues to recover remains to be seen. It's if you look at the trying to get the, there you go, crosshair. Look at the crosshair, you've got a sort of a bit of a pivot around 72.30, but the initial resistance sort of comes in around 72.60 as well. So a couple of levels for you to work with on the upside, but my expectation is that this little mini rebound is probably going to peter out as these momentum indicators on the hourly chart just unwind again, and I think it's going to put pressure back on that neckline. and the fact is that you've broken down from this uptrend channel that we'd been in for sort of 3-4 weeks, and that is again putting pressure towards the downside. So this Aussie is, I think, going to see this little bounce as a chance to sell. So I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.